Today's Mile High Collegiate Baseball League semifinal matchup featuring Colorado Road Baseball and the Boulder Collegians. Fort Collins Baseball Club is your hometown nonprofit baseball club since 1961 and the proud owner of Force Baseball and a member of the MHCBL. Thank you for being part of today's semifinal game. Now let's get those pencils and scorecards ready as we present to you the starting lineups. First, for the Colorado Road Baseball Club, as presented by head coach Jordan Serena. Leading off at first base, number 5, Christian Altamirano. In left field, number 8, James Lawrence. At second base, number 4, Alex Alba. Batting cleanup, in right field, number 26, Elijah Borjas. At shortstop, number 11, Joe Quintana. The designated hitter, number 1, Tyler Freeman. Batting seventh at third base, number 15, Alex Upton. The catcher, number 7, Anthony Kaiser. In left field, number 2, Elias Borjas. Taking the mound for Colorado Road Baseball, number 27, Nolan Archuleta. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Boulder Collegians, as presented by head coach Tony Rucco. Leading off, the shortstop, number 2, Hunter Hariyama. First baseman, number 27, Matt Graff. Third baseman, number 25, Nico Hartoyo. Batting cleanup, right fielder, number 29, Luke Pemberton. Center fielder, number 18, Cole Lucky. Designated hitter, number 13, Brandon Thompson. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 8, Sergio Solis. In left field, number 12, Hank Himmerich. And the second baseman, number 5, Gavin Acosta. Taking the mound for the Collegians, number 19, Spy Turnbull. What's up? Rich, you kind of dumped by your food truck at the last minute. Oh, jeez, what are they doing? We're not doing an anthem. No. I literally told Alex we're not doing an anthem. So I have spicy around today. Okay.
Good afternoon, Collegian fans watching on YouTube, and welcome in to Playoff Saturday here from City Park in Fort Collins. You're tuning in right now for the first semifinal game between the number 1 seed and the regular season league champion Boulder Collegians and the Colorado Rogue. Collegians coming into this one at 33 wins and 5 losses on the season. Rogue coming in as the 4 seed, sneaking into the playoffs with a 16-14 record. Teams have played 4 times on the year, Collegians winning 4 tight contests, the most recent of which coming just last Tuesday down in Boulder, where your Boulder Collegians picked up an 8-7 win in extra innings on a walk-off hit by center fielder Cole Lucky. As the home team, the Collegians will be in the field first for this one. And starting on the bump here in this semifinal matchup is the 6'8 righty Spy Turnbow out of Parker, Colorado, by way of Colorado Mesa University. Turnbow's last outing, July 16th against Fort Collins. Went 4 innings in that one and gave up just 1 hit in 4 shutout frames on this very field.
Leading off for the Colorado Row, Christian Altamirano.
Turnbow has thrown 1 inning against the Rogue this year, back on June 21st. He threw 1 inning in that one and was perfect. 3 up and 3 down for Turnbow. Leading off this one for the Rogue is going to be the first baseman, number 5, Christian Altamirano. He takes the second pitch out to short. Great pick on the short hop by Hunter Hirayama, back after missing the doubleheader Thursday night in Pueblo. And he throws on to first for out number 1. So 2 pitches. Turnbow already with an out. Good start for the Collegians right-hander. James Lawrence, the center fielder, is up next for the Rogue with nobody on and 1 down. Lawrence was 0 for 5, scored 1 run in Tuesday's contest in Boulder. Takes ball 1 outside from Turnbow. Then takes that one the other way, drifting towards the foul line. Pemberton moving over, and it's going to drop into the Boulder bullpen foul. And the count's even now, 1-1. One from Turnbow, swung on and fouled back by Lawrence. 2 strikes now to the Rogue center fielder. In the field for your Collegians in this one, Sergio Solis behind the plate doing the catching. Nico Hartoja over at third. Hunter Hirayama back at shortstop. Gavin Acosta at second. And Matt Graff at first. Business as usual in the outfield as well for the Collegians. Hank Himrick out and left. Luke Pemberton in right. And Cole Lucky in center. Here's the 1-2 from Turnbow. And that one misses just upstairs. Good take by Lawrence. Close pitch, and it's 2-2. And Lawrence swings and misses at the breaking ball from Spy Turnbow. First strikeout of the day for the big righty, and there's 2 down here in the top of the first.
Second baseman, number 4, Alex Alva.
Alex Alva, the second baseman, hitting third for the Rogue in this one. Alva, a couple of hits on Tuesday night in Boulder, 2 for 5 with a stolen base. First pitch from Turnbow misses up high for ball 1. Turnbow's had the long layoff since throwing up here in Fort Collins, but has been one of the better starting arms for head coach Tony Rucco and the Boulder Collegians. No surprise to see him get the nod here in Boulder's first playoff game. Here's the 2-0 from Turnbow. That one's ripped right back up the middle on a line, and Hunter Hirayama slides, and he makes the catch for out number 3.
For Colorado Road.
A couple of great plays by Hirayama out in the field, and a 1-2-3 inning for Spy Turnbow. Collegians up to the plate next.
Today's second Leading off the bottom of the first for the Boulder Collegians, shortstop number 2, Hunter Hariyama.
Welcome back, Collegian fans. Collegians half of the first inning here in this semifinal ball game. Hunter Hirayama, the shortstop, leading it off for the Collegians, and he takes strike one to start him off. Hirayama did not play Thursday night in Pueblo, but had an excellent game on Tuesday against the Rogue. 3 for 5, couple of RBIs, and ripped a monster 2-run double in the bottom of the 8th that cut the 3-run deficit to 1, and then came across to score the winning run for the Collegians against the Rogue on Tuesday as he swings through the 1-1, and 2 strikes now to the shortstop, Hunter Hirayama. On the mound for the Rogue in this one is number 27, the right-hander, Nolan Archuleta. Archuleta picked up the loss on Tuesday in Boulder, went 1 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, but only 1 earned, and struck out 1. Looking for some revenge this afternoon up in Fort Collins. Another 1-2 coming from Archuleta. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and it's 2-2 to Hunter Hirayama. Hirayama, native of Mililani, Hawaii, attending St. Mary's College out in California in the West Coast Conference. Here's the 2-2. And Hirayama fouls that one straight back to stay alive. Good AB here for the shortstop.
Oh, yeah. You got it.
Another 2-2. That one's popped way up in the air. Anthony Kaiser, the catcher, moving back, but it's going to get out of play. Hirayama stays alive again. In the field for the Rogue in this one, Anthony Kaiser is behind the plate. Nolan Archuleta on the mound. Christian Altamirano over at first. Alex Alva at second. Joseph Quintana at short. Alex Upton at third. There's another 2-2. That one's ripped foul down the third base line by Hirayama. In the outfield for the Rogue, Elias Borjas is in left, James Lawrence in center, and Elijah Borjas out in right. Another 2-2 from Archuleta. Hirayama takes this one back up the middle. Archuleta slips on the mound. Quintana fields on the run, but there will be no play on the speedy Hirayama, and he's on to lead it off with an infield hit.
First baseman number 27, Matt Graff.
Matt Graff hitting second for Boulder, the first baseman out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Graff ripped a monster RBI double in the second game of the doubleheader against the Pueblo Collegians on Thursday night. First pitch from Archuleta. Graff takes that one over to second, fielded. Oh, off the glove of Alva and into right. Hirayama rounding second and now coming up a little gimpy, heading into third, but he's going to get there safely. Hunter Hirayama not running well at all. Had to really dig out the infield hit down to first. Has been dealing with
third baseman number 25, Nico Hartoyo.
Hirayama's been dealing with a quad injury for a lot of the last month or so. Wonder if he may have aggravated it going down the first base line, but we don't want to speculate. Nico Hartojo in next with runners on the corners and nobody out. And the first pitch from Archuleta misses down and away for ball 1. Matt Graff over at first has 19 stolen bases on the season. Certainly a threat to run. See how cognizant Archuleta is. .102 Hartojo. That one down low as well. Ball 2. And Graff gets caught now. Archuleta throws over Graff in a pickle between first and third, and Alva's going to run him down and tag him out, trying to get back into first. Collegians have made a plethora of base running errors throughout the year that have hurt them, and here is another one in the bottom half of the first, as Graff is gunned down for the first out for the Rogue in the bottom half. Archuleta home now to Hartojo. He sends that one high out into right field. Borjas moving over into foul territory, and he makes the grab. Hirayama's going to tag. He's digging for home. The throw home is not in time. It'll go down as a sac fly for Nico Hartojo, and Hunter Hirayama dives into home plate to get the Collegians started with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first.
Right fielder number 29, Luke Pemberton.
Luke Pemberton is hitting cleanup for your Collegians in this one. And he swings through the next pitch from Archuleta. Count 1-1 now to Pemberton. Pemberton 0 for 3 against the Rogue on Tuesday night, but was 4 for 6 with a couple of runs over the course of the doubleheader down in Pueblo. So coming in on a bit of a hot streak. He takes this one hard out into center. Lawrence moving in. Lawrence dives and he makes the catch. Excellent play out in center from James Lawrence to rob Luke Pemberton of a hit. Collegians get one across in the bottom of the first.
One run,
We will
one
see
hit,
Spy Turnbow
one
for the second time
none
next.
left on base.
Welcome back, Collegian fans. Top of the second. 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Rogue after the 1, 2, 3 top of the first from Spy Turnbow. Elijah Borjas, the right fielder, will lead it off. And he takes that one on the outside part of the plate. Borjas down 0-2 now. It was a big day down in Boulder on Tuesday for Elijah Borjas. Couple of hits, including a solo shot that gave the Rogue the lead in the 6th as he sends that one deep out to center, and it's over the head of Cole Lucky. Borjas headed for 2, and he's in to lead off the second inning with a stand-up double. So the big bat of Elijah Borjas haunts the Collegians once again, and the tying run is in scoring position here early.
Shortstop number 11, Joe Quintana.
Joe Quintana, the shortstop, is next for the Rogue. Had 3 hits, including a double. Also stole a couple of bases and scored a couple of runs against the Collegians last time out. But had a rough day in the field. Made a couple of errors, including the decisive one in the bottom of the 8th that allowed the winning run, Hunter Hirayama, to come across for Boulder. Quintana pops this one up right side, drifting foul towards the Boulder dugout. And it is going to get just out of play as the first baseman, Matt Graff, runs out of room. We're on second here with nobody out. Top half of the second. Collegians with a 1-0 lead. Quintana lines that one right at the second baseman, Acosta, who makes the catch on the dive. Borjas retreats, but another nice play from the Boulder middle infield to pick up the first out.
Designated hitter number 1, Tyler Freeman.
Tyler Freeman, the DH, was not in the lineup on Tuesday against the Collegians, doing the designated hitting here in this one. And hitting 6th for head coach Jordan Serena and the Colorado Rogue, as Freeman fouls the first pitch back from Turnbow. Turnbow takes a look at second now, home with the 0-1, and it misses low for a ball. Turnbow now with the 1-1. That one's fouled off by Freeman. Rowe getting a lot of bats on balls. Staying alive in counts here early in this one. 1-2 to Tyler Freeman. Freeman chops that one softly over to third. Hartojo moving in. He throws on the run over to first and gets Freeman for out number 2. Not a lot of reps at third base this season for Nico Hartojo.
Alex Upton.
But looked very comfortable there, coming in from the hot corner to get the out. Alex Upton, the third baseman, is next. Was 1 for 2. A couple of RBIs and a run scored for the Rogue on Tuesday in Boulder. First pitch breaking ball from Turnbow misses upstairs on Upton. So count 1-0 with Elijah Borjas over at third and 2 down here in the top of the first. Turnbow goes to the fastball that time, but misses same spot up high, and it's 2-0. That one's taken the other way by Upton. A bad hop, but Graff sticks the glove up and grabs it to save the run. Flips to Turnbow covering. Collegians infield flashing the leather here early. A couple of nice plays all over. And the leadoff double does not hurt the Collegians. They still lead in the middle of 2, 1-0.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Boulder Collegians, center fielder number 17, Cole Lucky.
Welcome back, Collegian fans. Bottom half of the second, and Cole Lucky, the center fielder, in to lead it off. 5, 6, and 7 in the order due up for head coach Tony Rucco and Boulder. Second inning of work as well for Nolan Archuleta, with the Collegians looking to extend the one-run lead that they built on the Nico Hartojo sac fly back in the first. Lucky, Braden Thompson, and Sergio Solis due up for Boulder, as the 1-0 misses down and away from Nolan Archuleta. 2 balls now to Cole Lucky. Lucky was 2 for 5 and drove in 3 runs, including the 2 that won it in the bottom of the 8th on Tuesday against the Rogue. Here's the 2-0, and Lucky rips that one right back up the middle for a base hit. So another leadoff hit for the Collegians, and they're in business here in the second with Cole Lucky over at first.
Designated hitter number 13, Braden Thompson.
Braden Thompson, the DH, is in next. Cole Lucky, a threat to run over at first, 12 steals on the year. See if he tests the arm of Anthony Kaiser here. Breaking ball from Archuleta, cuts back into the zone on the right-handed hitter Thompson for strike 1. Thompson swings, misses at the breaking ball, running away from him. Good pitch from Archuleta to get Thompson flailing out of the zone. And now the Collegians DH behind 0-2. Thompson been seeing it well lately. Couple of hits the other night against Pueblo, and ripped an RBI double on Tuesday against the Rogue. Lucky is going on the 0-2, but Thompson swings, fouls it back. Another 0-2 coming now from Archuleta. And that one misses down low for ball 1. Thompson, an Arvada, Colorado native by way of Feather River College. Ready for the 1-2. Swings and pops that one back, foul. Collegians really working the count on Nolan Archuleta, trying to test the depth of the Rogue pitching staff here in this semifinal. Lucky going again on the 1-2, and Thompson pops that one back, foul. So count still 1-2 to Braden Thompson. Comes into this one batting a strong .338 on the year. Pair of home runs, 21 driven in for the Boulder outfielder doing the designated hitting in this one. Archuleta with another 1-2. Thompson takes this one over to third, and Upton Fields throws to second for 1, over to first. But it's through the glove of Altamirano. Thompson thinks about it, but now will think better of it and head back to first. It'll go down as a fielder's choice. Lucky retired at second, and there's 1 out.
The catcher number 8, Sergio Solis.
Sergio Solis, the catcher, is the next man in for your Collegians. Slumping a bit lately. 0 for 2 against the Rogue and 0 for 3 against Pueblo. Average has dropped more than 100 points over the past few weeks, but still hitting a solid .262 for the year. Big chance here to give the Collegians a chance to get ahead here in the second as he takes strike 1 from Archuleta. So at least 1 home run and 17 RBIs on the season for the catcher. Archuleta throws over to first, and it's off the glove of Altamirano. Thompson heading for second, and he's going to get there. So a low throw on the pickoff costs Nolan Archuleta. Altamirano can't handle it, and the Collegians have a runner in scoring position here with one down. Count 0-1 to Sergio Solis. Archuleta takes a long look over at Thompson, now home with the 0-1, and misses inside, hits Solis right in the ribs, and now 2 on for the Collegians with the big bat of Hank Hemrick coming up.
Left fielder, number 12, Hank Hemrick.
Hemrick takes ball 1 upstairs from Archuleta. Been a good year for the outfielder. .284 with a team-leading 4 homers. 22 driven in for the lefty, Hank Hemrick. 0 for 3 against the Rogue on Tuesday night, but a 2-hit day, including an RBI triple down in Pueblo on Thursday. And he swings through that one down in the dirt for strike 1. That one is out into center. Archuleta tried to pick off down at second. Throw was wide, but Thompson diving back in, no opportunity to take the extra base, so no harm done for the Rogue. Gavin Acosta, the second baseman, on deck for the Collegians before the lineup flips over here in this bottom half of the second. Boulder ahead 1-0 in this semifinal matchup. 1-1 to Hank Hemrick. And he sends that one high into shallow left. It's going to be Quintana, the shortstop, moving back and making the catch for out number 2.
Second baseman, number 5, Gavin Acosta.
Gavin Acosta in next. Couple of hits against Pueblo. Also stole 3 bases on Thursday. 1 for 3 with 1 driven in and 1 scored against the Rogue on Tuesday. First pitch from Archuleta in there for a strike to Acosta. A couple of men on here for the Collegians, but 2 down in the inning. Archuleta looking to get out of the jam and keep the deficit at 1. Oh, 1 is sent softly out into right. Altamirano moving back and cannot make the basket catch. Willie Mays-esque over the shoulder, but it drops foul for strike 2. .2 now to Acosta. Archuleta staring down Thompson, now home with the 0-2, and Acosta fouls it back. Archuleta now another 0-2 and misses upstairs, so another Collegian working the count from behind. Gavin Acosta down 1-2 with the leadoff man Hunter Hirayama on deck. Archuleta, another long look, home with a 1-2, and Acosta pops that one foul. Thompson, not an elite runner over at second, but a base hit should score him. No courtesy runner for Solis over at first. Sometimes we'll see relief pitcher Caden Calcayo out there, but Solis running for himself this time around. Here's the 1-2. And another foul ball. A couple of fastballs in a row from Nolan Archuleta. See how soon he wants to go back to the breaking ball. Another 1-2 coming. Fastball again. Costa swings and misses for strike three, and a nice job by Nolan Archuleta to get out of the jam. Collegians still leading 1-0 through 2.
For the Collegians, third for the Colorado Road Baseball Club, the catcher number 7, Anthony Kaiser.
All right, time for the top half of the third. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Jordan Serena and the Rogue. And the catcher, Anthony Kaiser, in to lead it off against Spy Turnbow. Kaiser pulls the first pitch way up in the air, but it's going to get out of play foul. Elias Borjas, the left fielder, is up next with Christian Altamirano, the leadoff man, in the hole. Due up for the Rogue as Turnbow misses with that one, 1-1. Kaiser also not in the lineup on Tuesday against the Collegians, so their first look at him since the doubleheader back on the 1st of the month. Fastball from Turnbow finds the zone, and now it is 2-2 to the Rogue catcher. 2-2 pitch swung on and lined out into left for a base hit. Second hit of the ball game for the Colorado Rogue, and the leadoff man is on here in the third.
Left fielder number 2, Elias Borjas.
Elias Borjas, the left fielder, is hitting ninth for the Rogue in this one. And he takes ball one down low from Turnbow. Borjas 1 for 3 with an RBI double at Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder on Tuesday night. And he takes this one out into right center. It's going to be Lucky moving over and calling for it. And he gets there to make the catch for out number 1. Cole Lucky showing off the range out in center. There's one down
5, Christian Altamirano.
for the leadoff man, Christian Altamirano. First pitch to Altamirano, grounded over to second. Acosta to Hirayama for one, over to first, but Altamirano too quick for the double play. He reaches on the fielder's choice, and there's two down.
Center fielder number 8, James Lawrence.
James Lawrence struck out his first time up. And looking to get on the board in the hit column here against Spy Turnbow. Runner on first is the speedy Christian Altamirano here with two down as Lawrence takes a big cut and misses on the first pitch for strike one. Oh, one from Turnbow misses down and away in the dirt, blocked by Solis. Altamirano loves to run, stole a base against the Collegians on Tuesday. Keep an eye on him over at first here. Not going here, but Lawrence rips one right back up the middle for a base hit. So a couple of hits in this one for the Rogue, and there's two on with two down.
Second baseman number 4, Alex Alva.
Alex Alva is in next, lined out to the shortstop Hirayama. In his first AB back in the first. As he takes this one back up the middle, but Hirayama slides in front of it. He steps on second for out number 3. Hirayama showing off the range at short again.
For Colorado Rogue.
And the Collegians will come up in the third,
No
still ahead
runs.
1-0.
2 hits, no errors, 1. Leading off the bottom of the third for the Boulder Collegians, shortstop number 2, Hunter Hirayama.
Top of the order due up in the bottom half of the third for Tony Rucco and the Collegians. Hunter Hirayama, the shortstop, in to lead it off. Reached on an infield hit and scored the only run of the ball game back in the first. And he swings through the breaking ball from Archuleta. Nice pitch there. Starting off with the off speed to get the count to 0-1. 0-1 fastball upstairs from Archuleta, 1-1. Hirayama hitting a blistering .411 on the season, reaching base over 50% of the time. Has a pair of home runs, 20 driven in, and scored 31 himself as he takes ball 2. Not a man you want to see on the base paths either, leading the Collegians with 22 thefts on the bases this year. Another fastball skips in from Archuleta, and Hirayama in charge now, 3-1. One pitch is same spot, down and away, so first pitch strike on the breaking ball, followed by 4 consecutive misses from Archuleta, and Hirayama's on with the leadoff walk.
First baseman number 27, Matt Graff.
Matt Graff, the first baseman, in now. Chance to move the speedy Hirayama around. Infield shifted over slightly on the lefty Graff. Saw a lot of this on Tuesday in Boulder to both Graff and Hank Hemrick, the two lefties in the Boulder lineup, as Graff swings through the back foot slider. And the count's 0-1. Graff reached on an E4 back in the first. High chopper that tipped off the glove of Alex Alva. High fastball fouled back by Graff and out of play. That one misses away, and it gets through the glove of Kaiser. Hirayama will trot down to second. So with no outs, a runner in scoring position for the Collegians, with Matt Graff behind 1-2. Archuleta takes a long look over at Hirayama, now home with the 1-2. Graff pops this one up left side. Gonna be Oh, and the catcher Kaiser telling the third baseman Alex Upton that he had room. Upton thought he was calling for it, and it drops harmlessly foul, so a second life for Matt Graff at the plate. Still down 1-2.
Okay. You got it.
Graff fouls this one off as well. So another Collegian hitter battling with 2 strikes. As there is some preliminary action down in the Rogue bullpen now. Graff takes this one high out to center, but it'll be routine for James Lawrence, moving to his right and making the grab for the first out.
Third baseman number 25, Nico Hartojo.
Nico Hartojo is in next to third baseman. Drove in a run on the sac fly back in the first. Currently the difference in this 1-0 ball game. First pitch from Archuleta catches the corner on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Infield shifted over a hair here to the righty, Nico Hartojo, with Alva bailing out at the last second, trying to hold Hirayama on second. Hartojo fouls that one back, and it's 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Grounded right back at the pitcher, Archuleta. Takes a look to keep Hirayama on and flips it over to first for out number 2.
Right fielder, number 29, Luke Pemberton.
Luke Pemberton, the right fielder, in next. Base hit, scores a run for the Collegians. Give them some much appreciated insurance for Spy Turnbow on the mound. Some action in the Boulder bullpen as well now. Carter Swan, number 14, warming. Despite the excellent start for Spy Turnbow. As the first pitch to Pemberton misses down low, 4 ball. Pemberton rips that one hard out into left center. And it's going to get into the gap for extra bases. Hirayama trotting home. He will score. It's an RBI double for Luke Pemberton, and the Collegians lead 2-0.
Center fielder, number 17, Cole Lucky.
Big swing for Luke Pemberton extends the Collegians' lead. And this bottom half of the third as the center fielder, Cole Lucky, steps in with Pemberton over at second and 2 outs. Lucky singled his first time up. First pitch from Archuleta misses up and in. No secret that Lucky's been one of the top bats in this Collegians lineup all season long. Coming into this one with a .357 average, pair of home runs, 24 driven in, and a chance to add to that total here. 1-0 from Archuleta, misses down in the dirt, and Lucky's in charge now, 2-0. Now. Lucky swings, pulls this one high and deep out to left. Borjas moving back, but he's got room just in front of the track, under it, and makes the catch for out number 3. Collegians get one across in the third on the RBI double by Luke Pemberton.
1 run.
They lead 2-0 through 3.
No errors. 1 left on base. Colorado Road Baseball Club. Right fielder number 26, Elijah Borjas.
Welcome back. Top half of the fourth. Spy Turnbow still out there despite the action in the bullpen for the Collegians. He starts off the right fielder Elijah Borjas with a strike on the fastball outside. Middle of the order up for Jordan Serena and the Rogue as Borjas grounds that one over to short. Backhand stop by Hirayama, flips over to first for the out.
Shortstop number 11, Joe Quintana.
Joseph Quintana in now with one out. First pitch from Turnbow. That one's a high chopper over to third. Hartojo on the short hop. High throw. Pulls Graff just off the bag. And Quintana reaches with one out on the error.
Designated hitter number 1, Tyler Freeman.
It's where having an inexperienced third baseman comes back to hurt you a little bit. After Jackson Bryant, no longer with the team, headed back home to get ready for the fall. Runners on first here for the Rogue with one out as the DH Tyler Freeman is in and behind 0-1 after the first pitch fastball from Turnbow. Freeman grounded out to third his first time up. And this one's grounded over to short. Hirayama over to second for one. Acosta to first. And the Collegians turn to a rapid top half of the fourth for Spy, Turnbow, and the Collegians. They protect that 2-0 lead and will get a chance to extend it.
One error, none left on base. #22, Trevor Nolan. Leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Boulder Collegians, number 13, Braden Thompson.
Welcome back, Collegian fans. Bottom half of the fourth with your Collegians still leading 2-0 in this semifinal matchup. Reminder, the second semifinal between the Fort Collins Force and the Greeley Grays. First pitch will be at 4:30 p.m. here at City Park. New pitcher for the Rogue here in the fourth after 3 innings from Nolan Archuleta. It is number 22, the right-hander Trevor Nolan. And the first pitch is chopped right back to Nolan by Braden Thompson. Nolan throws over to first, and a good start for the Rogue right-hander as Thompson's retired for out number 1.
The catcher, number 8, Sergio Solis.
Nolan started the ball game against the Collegians on Tuesday night in Boulder. He was rock solid. 5 innings on the mound, 4 hits, 2 runs, and 7 Ks. But Wild with this one, misses well outside. On the first pitch to the catcher, Sergio Solis. But nobody on the base path, so no harm, and the count's 1-0. Solis hit by a pitch, his first time up. Fastball finds the zone there from Nolan, and he's back even now, 1-1, here with one down. Nolan shakes off Kaiser behind the plate once and steps off to take a breather. Before the 1-1 pitch, Hank Hemrick, the left fielder, is on deck. Breaking ball that time from Nolan. That catches the corner. Sergio Solis behind 1-2 now. Doesn't like the call, but we'll have to battle now. Fastball from Nolan, blown right by Solis, way behind it. And Trevor Nolan off to a hot start. First strikeout of the day for Nolan, and there's 2 down in the 4th.
Left fielder number 12, Hank Hemrick.
Hank Hemrick popped up to short in his first AB, back in here. Last time at this field against the Fort Collins Force, ripped a monster 2-run home run to help the Collegians pick up the sweep in Game 2 against the second-place Force. Ahead 1-0 on Trevor Nolan, the Rogue right-hander here. Infield shifted over again for the Rogue as Hemrick hits that one softly over to second, fielded by Alva, thrown on the run, but Hemrick beats it out. Good hustle from Hank Hemrick to get down the line after the inside fastball jammed him up, and the infield hit brings up Gavin Acosta.
Number 5, Gavin Acosta.
Acosta struck out in his first AB against Nolan Archuleta, first time here against Trevor Nolan. Hank Hemrick has 10 stolen bases on the year. So, not a likely runner, but a threat over at first, as the fastball is in there to Acosta for strike 1. Hemrick is going this time. Acosta takes the breaking ball out into left, right at the left fielder, Elias Borjas, who makes the catch for out number 3. So a strong first inning from Trevor Nolan. And through 4 full, the Collegians still ahead 2-0.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base.
Welcome back for the top half of the 5th. Bottom of the order due up for the Rogues. 7-8-9. Alex Upton, the third baseman, is in to lead it off. Rogues still in that 2-0 hole, and Upton pops this one up Over to second, no problem for Gavin Acosta. And Spy Turnbow continues to roll on the mound. One down
Number
now.
7, Anthony Kaiser.
Anthony Kaiser, one of the few rogue batters to tee up Turnbow in this one, singled in his first AB. A hard hit ball out to left. In here with nobody on and one out. And he takes the first pitch ball down and away. 1-0. Fastball from Turnbow. This one finds the zone, and it's 1-1. Elias Borjas, the left fielder, on deck for the Rogue, and then the top of the order behind him. Turnbow with the 1-1. That one's just a bit upstairs, and it's 2-1. Turnbow skips this one in. It gets by Solis to the backstop, 3-1. To the catcher, Anthony Kaiser. A walk here would bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Elias Borjas. Here's the 3-1. This one sent high out to center. Lucky trots underneath it and makes the catch for out number 2.
Left fielder number 2, Elias Borjas.
Elias Borjas is in next for the Rogue with 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Turnbow moving very quickly through this one now. Carter Swan continuing the warm-up for the Collegians in the pen. But Turnbow has shown no signs of slowing down yet as he starts Borjas off with strike 1. Breaking ball this time dips below the zone. Good take from Borjas, and the count's even now 1 apiece. Christian Altamirano, the first baseman, on deck, as that one misses down low from Turnbow. Back to the backstop, and it's 2-1. Big cut there from Borjas at the fastball. Barely tips it back into the glove of Solis. And with 2 down, there is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Elias Borjas. 2-2 pitch down in the dirt, and the count's now full. Two outs. Payoff pitch from Turnbow. Grounded left side foul. Borjas flew out to center in his first AB of this one. Looking to reach here and extend this top half of the 5th. Another 3-2. Borjas sitting back on the breaking ball. Sat back a little too long. Late on it, but pushed it foul. Another 3-2 now. Fastball this time. Borjas takes it the other way out into right center for a base hit. Excellent piece of hitting there from Elias Borjas to fight off the heater. And Christian Altamirano will get a crack here in the 5th with a runner on.
First baseman number 5, Christian Altamirano.
Christian Altamirano is 0 for 2 so far in this one. Grounded out to short and reached on a fielder's choice as Turnbow throws over to check on Borjas. Close play, but the left fielder is just in time. First pitch breaking ball to Altamirano misses for ball 1. Big cut from Altamirano there on another breaking ball. Misses, and it's 1-1 now to the speedy left-hander. James Lawrence, a center fielder, on deck should Altamirano find his way aboard. 1-1 is fouled back, and it's 1-2. Altamirano steps out. Turnbow already ready to go. Steps back in. Turnbow checks over at first. Wastes no time. Throws over to first now. And Borjas dives back in. Turnbow home now with the 2-strike pitch. And Altamirano pops that one out of play, foul down the left side. An extremely well-played ball game thus far, well-pitched. Fielding has been solid. Hitters work in the count, staying alive with 2 strikes. And that one's down in the dirt. Solis has got Borjas caught in the middle now. Makes a bad throw down to second. Hirayama stops it, and now Borjas is in a pickle. Graff chasing him down. Throws to Acosta, who applies the tag for out number 3. So this time it's the Rogues' turn for a base-running error, and that ends the top half of the 5th with the Collegians still ahead 2-0.
1 hit, no errors, none left. Bottom of the 5th for the Boulder Collegians. The shortstop number 2, Hunter Hirayama.
Welcome back for the bottom half of the 5th. Hunter Hirayama, the shortstop, in to lead it off for the Collegians. Top of the order due up for Tony Rucco's club. As they look to build on the 2-0 lead they have built on the Colorado Rogue here in this first semifinal as the fastball runs in and catches Hirayama right on the head. But jogs down to first base, appears to be okay, thankfully. Does the Collegian shortstop, and the leadoff man is aboard.
27, Matt Graff.
Scary moment there. That one knocked off Hirayama's helmet. Matt Graff is in next. He is 0 for 2 so far in this one. Infield shifted over despite the runner on as the first pitch from Trevor Nolan misses down low for ball 1. Hirayama has scored both of the Collegian runs so far in this one. Has reached all 3 times. He has stepped up now. 1-0 now from Nolan to Graff. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 2. Graff reached once in this one. E4 back in the first. Flew out to center in his second AB. Here's the 2-0 now. And Graff sends this one high out into shallow center. Lawrence moving in. And he's there in plenty of time to make the catch for out number 1.
Third baseman, number 25, Nico Hartojo.
Nico Hartojo, the third baseman, is in next. 0 for 1 in this one. Did drive in a run on a sac fly back in the first. Chance to move Hirayama into scoring position here. Nolan will throw over. Hirayama, pretty slight lead over at first. Back without a slide. First pitch coming now to Nico Hartojo. Swung on and fouled back. Fastball outside part of the plate from Nolan. Interested to see Hirayama's willingness to run. Saw him limping around back in the first. Has been moving better since then. Made a couple of nice plays out at short. 0-1 to Hartojo. Big fastball swung on and missed again, and it's 0-2. (0-2) coming now from Trevor Nolan. Hirayama still staying put. Breaking ball this time. Hartojo sits back and fouls it off. Hartojo coming into this one hitting just 136 on the season. Has been excellent on the mound for the Collegians. Does have 1 home run on the year. And he swings and misses at the big fastball for strike 3. So a nice job by Trevor Nolan
Right
to
fielder,
rebound from the leadoff hit by pitch.
Luke Pemberton.
And there's 2 down here for Luke Pemberton. Pemberton 1 for 2 in this one. Hammered an RBI double. Back in the third to score Hirayama for the second time. First pitch from Nolan. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Kaiser doesn't see it as it skips away from him, and Hirayama on the wild pitch moves into scoring position. A potentially costly error there from Trevor Nolan and Anthony Kaiser behind the plate. Kaiser out to have a word with Nolan now. Cole Lucky in the on-deck circle for the Collegians. Pemberton came into today hitting just 228, but has been on fire of late. 5 hits in his last 8 ABs. And takes this one hard over to third. Quintana backhand stop, long throw over to first, and it's offline. Pemberton looked like he would have beaten it anyway. He's on with an infield hit.
Center fielder, number 17, Cole Lucky.
Ground ball deep into the hole there between short and third. And now there's 2 on with 2 outs for Cole Lucky. Lucky 1 for 2 so far, and this one singled back in the 7th. Got a hold of one in the third, sent it deep out to left, but was caught just before the track by Borjas. First pitch to Lucky down low. He checks the swing. First base ump says he did not go, and it's 1-0. Nolan misses inside with the fastball, and it just grazes Lucky on the leg. A second hit by pitch of the inning. And the bases are loaded for Braden Thompson.
Designated hitter, number 13, Braden Thompson.
Thompson is 0 for 2 in this one, but a chance to blow this thing open here in the 5th with 2 down. Trevor Nolan looking to get out of the jam. and keep this deficit at 2-0. First pitch to Thompson, fastball down and away for ball 1. Thompson reached on a fielder's choice back in the second. And started off Nolan's afternoon in the top of the fourth with a slow chopper right back to the mound. It's thrown out at first. Another fastball from Nolan. Thompson takes it the other way down the right field line, down for a base hit. Hirayama in to score. Pemberton right behind him. A 2-run single for Braden Thompson, and the Collegians' lead is doubled, 4-0 now.
The catcher, number 8, Sergio Solis.
So now a 4-run lead for the Collegians, and now Jordan Serena out to have a word on the mound with Trevor Nolan.
Fans, if you're thirsty, don't forget, water for sale. Down the third base line, and the FCBC grill is cooking, and the hot dogs are hot. Hot dogs, chips, and water on the third base side of the field if you're hungry. Exact cash or Venmo accepted.
Nolan will stay in the game here with 2 outs. Runners are on the corners. Cole Lucky over at third and Braden Thompson at first as a new arm is up for the Rogue in the pen. Sergio Solis at the plate with an RBI chance. First pitch from Nolan skips away from Kaiser. Lucky stays put, but Thompson will take the free base down at second. And there's 2 men in scoring position for the Collegians now with Solis ahead 1-0. Hank Hemrick on deck should Solis extend this inning. 1-0 from Nolan. That one misses down and away 2-0. From Nolan, fouled off by Solis. Back to the fastball there. Is Trevor Nolan, and it's 2-1. Solis 0 for 1 in this one, reached on a hit by pitch and struck out. Chance to extend this Collegians lead once again here. He pulls one hard down the left field line, but foul. Just out in front of it was Sergio Solis. Squared it up, though. But a foul ball for strike 2. Trevor Nolan 1 strike away from getting out of this 5th inning. 2-2 to Sergio Solis. There's the 2-2 fastball, misses low, blocked by Kaiser, and the count is now full with the base open down at first. Solis takes the 3-2 right back up the middle off the leg of Nolan, fielded by Altamirano. Solis dives into first and he beats it out. It'll go in as an infield hit for Sergio Solis to drive in Lucky, and the Collegians lead now by 5.
Left fielder number 12, Hank Hemrick. So runners are on the corners once again here for Hank Hemrick.
Caden Calcayo, the courtesy runner, is over at first for Solis this time. As Himrick grounds the first pitch, right side foul. Collegians with a 5-0 lead now.
For the Boulder Collegians. Number 1, Kate Calcayo.
Oh, 1 now from Trevor Nolan to Hank Himrick. Calcayo going, misses away. And the throw down from Kaiser is well in time to beat Calcayo. A perfect throw by the Rogue catcher and a much-needed one to get him out of the 5th inning.
In the bottom of the 5th.
But not before the Collegians get
runs,
3 across to
hits,
lead 5-0 through
no errors,
5.
and none left on base. Pitching for the Boulder Collegians, number 14, Carter Swan. Leading off for Colorado Road, first baseman number 5, Christian Altamirano.
Welcome back. Top half of the 6th. Rogue down to their final 6 outs of this Mile High Collegiate Baseball League Summer 2023 season, unless they can come up with 5 runs here in the next 2 frames. Top of the order, up to start this one off for the Rogue, Christian Altamirano, the first baseman, was up against Spy Turnbow back in the 5th, but Elias Borjas was thrown out on the bases, so he will get a crack at the new Collegians pitcher here, Carter Swan, number 14. Swan had a rough outing on Tuesday against the Rogue, despite picking up the win in that one, thanks to the Collegians' offense at the bottom of the 8th. Swan had some control issues. But back for another crack here. Count is 2-1 to Christian Altamirano. Swan, a hard-throwing right-hander, sitting low 90s with the fastball. Loves to go to the fastball like he does there, catching the corner for strike 2. And will mix in some off-speed as well. A formidable reliever in the Collegians bullpen. 2-2 fastball fouled off by Altamirano. Altamirano's seen a ton of pitches today. Working deep into counts. Here comes Swan with another 2-2. Breaking ball this time, grounded over to first, but it just sneaks foul. Graff was trying to get it before it skipped over the bag. Couldn't quite get there, and Altamirano lives to see another day. A reminder that game number 2, semifinal number 2, between the Fort Collins Force and the Greeley Grays will start at 4:30 p.m. here at City Park, and then tonight's championship game first pitch will be at 7. As Altamirano fouls another 2-2 pitch off. Swan with another 2-2 fastball. That one misses up high, and Altamirano just gets clipped, but I think the ump says it's hit the bat. I believe it's been called foul. Yeah. And now Sergio Solis is in some pain as the trainer's out to check on him. Solis looks to be okay though. Quick visit. Gets the mask back on. So Solis stays in the game. Altamirano's still at the plate with the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Home plate ump says that one hit the knob of the bat of Altamirano. So Swan will come home with another 2-2. Fastball blown right by him up in the zone. Altamirano swings and misses for strike 3. One out.
Fielder number 8, James Lawrence.
1 out here in the 6th for Carter Swan as the center fielder James Lawrence steps in for the Rogue. Fastball from Swan up in the zone, but does catch a piece for strike 1. Lawrence 1 for 2, singled back in the 3rd. 0-1 breaking ball from Swan. That one's right over the plate for strike 2. Swan now. Lawrence crowding the plate big time. Swan home with the fastball. Lawrence sends it high out to center. Lucky moving back. But he's there to make the catch for out number 2.
Second baseman, number 4, Alex Alva.
Alex Alva, the second baseman, is in now. 0 for 2 with a line out and a ground out, both to shortstop in this one. First pitch from Swan to the lefty, Alva. Fastball, Alva takes it the other way, jammed him a little bit, and it is pushed foul for strike 1. Oh, 1 fastball misses down and in, backs Alva off. Gets out of the way for ball 1. Should Alva get aboard, Elijah Borjas, the right fielder, on deck, followed by the shortstop, Joseph Quintana. Fastball from Swan, taken the other way by Alva. Himrick moving over into foul territory, into the Rogue bullpen, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So no trouble here in the 6th for Carter Swan.
In the top of the 6th.
And in the middle of the 6th, Collegians up 5-0.
No runs, no hits, no errors. Base for the Colorado Road, number 3, Jack Alley. And pitching, number 28, Mason Young.
Welcome back, bottom half of the 6th for your Boulder Collegians. Still comfortably in front 5-0 in this one.
Left fielder Hank Hemrick leading off the bottom of the 6th.
8-9-1 due up for the Collegians in the bottom half of the 6th. Hank Hemrick in to lead it off behind 0-1 to the new rogue pitcher, the right-hander Mason Young, and Hemrick rockets that one out into right for a base hit. Young tried to go back to the breaking ball, got Hemrick swinging on the first pitch, but squared that one up and is on with his second hit of the day.
Second baseman number 5, Gavin Acosta.
That'll bring in Gavin Acosta. Other note in the field for the Rogue, number 3, Jack Alley, is playing over at third now in place of Alex Upton. And Acosta's going to lay down a bunt, but he fouls it off of the plate. Trying to sacrifice Hemrick over into scoring position here with nobody out. And the top of the order, Hunter Hirayama on deck. Another one fouled off by Acosta, and the second baseman behind now 0-2. Acosta 0 for 2 so far in this one. Strikeout and a line out to left. Breaking ball this time. Acosta behind it, but pushes it out foul, and he stays alive. No sign of movement from Hemrick over at first yet, but did try to go last time he was on, back in the 4th. Breaking ball misses down low from Young, and Acosta working back into it now, 1-2. Runner does go here. That one misses down low. Kaiser throws down, but not in time to beat Hemrick, who reaches on the steal into scoring position with nobody out. 2-2 now to Gavin Acosta, and a base hit would extend that Collegians lead to 6. Hemrick with a pretty big lead. Young steps off. Hemrick retreats. Here's Young now with the 2-2. Breaking ball sent high and deep out to left. Borjas moving back. And it's over his head. Gone! A home run for Gavin Acosta. 2 runs come across, and the Collegians lead 7-0. First home run of the season for Gavin Acosta. And the Collegians are in business now. 7-run lead here with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th.
Shortstop number 2, Hunter Hirayama.
Hunter Hirayama, the shortstop, in now. Nobody on and nobody out after the 2-run bomb from Gavin Acosta. First pitch from Young misses down low for ball 1. Hirayama reached successfully 3 times. Single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. Scored all 3 times around as well for the Collegians. As Young misses low again, and it's 2-1 to Hunter Hirayama. Hirayama takes this one out to left center. Borjas has room for this one, however, and he's under it for the first out.
First baseman number 27, Matt Graff.
Matt Graff in now with 1 out for the Collegians. 0 for 3 day so far for the lefty. Nobody up in the Collegians bullpen, so it looks like this will be Carter Swan's game to close out here in the top of the 7th, as Graff takes ball 1 from Young. Graff grounds this one over to second, fielded by Alva on the hop over to first. And Graff is retired for out number 2.
Third baseman number 25, Nico Hartojo.
That brings in Nico Hartojo next for the Collegians here with 2 outs, as the sun comes back out here at City Park. First pitch from Young, just a little low for ball 1. Hartojo swings and misses at that one. Count evens now 1 apiece.
After this game's over.
Oh, for the Football World Series? Yeah, got it.
There's 2 pages since that one. The next one.
Here's the 1-1 now. Hartojo chops that one foul left
You know what?
side.
The matchups.
2 strikes
Got it.
on the Boulder
Cool,
third
thanks.
baseman. Mason Young trying to get out of the 6th inning and give the Rogue a chance to mount a miracle rally in the 7th. Here's the 1-2. That one misses outside. 2 apiece. And the 2-2 runs inside and hits Hartojo right on the hip. Hartojo a little gimpy. He will reach for the first time today. And he's going to try and walk it off down to first base as Luke Pemberton steps in.
Right fielder number 29, Luke Pemberton.
First pitch to Pemberton from Young is in there for a strike. And Pemberton pops the second one up foul, so quickly now the Boulder right fielder behind 0-2. Pemberton is 2 for 3 on the day. Single, a double, an RBI, and a run for the Boulder cleanup man. Runner goes on 0-2. That one misses down low. Kaiser's throw down to second is not in time. And Nico Hartojo's into scoring position. with a stolen base. A run here would activate the 8-run rule, and this ball game would be over. So Young needs to keep Hartojo stranded to give the Rogue a chance. Pemberton pops this one up right side, drifting out of play, foul. One and two now to Luke Pemberton. Next pitch from Young. That one's well outside, but Kaiser sticks the glove in front of it, makes the stab. Now 2-2 to Pemberton. And he rips that one out into left, base hit. Hartojo rounding third. And Borjas fumbles with it. Hartojo is going to come across to score. Collegians lead 8-0, and that is the ball game. Boulder Collegians take the first semifinal over the Colorado Rogue, and they advance to tonight's championship game. Spy Turnbow gets the win for your Collegians here in the semifinal. Nolan Archuleta picks up the loss.
3 hits. Your final in our first semifinal. Boulder Collegians 8, Colorado Rogue 0. The Collegians have advanced to the final game, which will be played right here this evening at 7 p.m. Congratulations to the Colorado Rogue Baseball for making the 2023 MHCBL playoffs. Colorado Rogue Baseball, owned by Colorado Rogue, coached by Jordan Serena. Congratulations on a fantastic season.
Once again, game number 2 of the semifinals between the Fort Collins Force and the Greeley Grays. We'll start in about 45 minutes here at City Park, and then your Boulder Collegians will be back in action for the championship game
our semifinal
at
Saturday
7
and finals
p.m.
this evening. Second game will be at 4:30.
We will be back
Greeley
live
Grays versus the Fort Collins
at
Force.
7 for more Boulder Collegians baseball. Until then,
Don't
thank you
forget,
everyone
we've
for
got
watching
the
this
first round
one.
of our Wiffle Ball World Series, which will be taking place momentarily right here on the championship field. Participating teams have pre-registered to play today. They've checked in, and we'll be having our Wiffle Ball World Series very shortly. As you wait, don't forget the FCBC Grill is cooking and has hot dogs, chips, and water on the third base side. Exact cash and Venmo is accepted.
Thank you everyone for watching the first semifinal here from City Park. We will be back in action on YouTube once again at 7 p.m. for the MHCBL championship game between the Boulder Collegians and either the Fort Collins Force or the Greeley Grays. We hope you can join us for that one. Until then, I'm Troy Finnegan, and we will see you in a little bit.